I'm out and about all day. It's going to be actually this day as well as maybe next Tuesday as well. So just a heads up that I may be outdoors. I am out in nature. I'm actually grounding. As you can see the grass behind me. Kaya has swimming, so I am waiting for her outside of her swimming, her pool area and stuff. So because of swimming and it's falling on a Tuesday tea at 2 time, I was like, I'm just bringing my stuff. I got my tea portable. We're gonna be tapping into a fennel today. So I brought a little bit of fennel and we're tapping into rainbow fluorite, and there may be ambient noise and all of that stuff, so apologies. But I didn't want to cancel. I thought of like putting up a hiatus for the next 2 weeks, but I was like, you know what? Let me just be here. Whether you can hear me or not, at least we're keeping the vibe going and flowing, and I also just did not want y'all to miss. So I'm hoping at least this gets out, especially for me to do a little clip and snippet to post up later. We've got a very, very special Virgo new moon that is tapping in for us on the 23rd. This Virgo new moon is going to be at 0 degrees. Now, when we're tapping into new moon energy, that is new beginnings, right? Rebirth, start fresh. Virgo is all about grounding. Energy of new moon is about planting seeds. We're thinking about the ground and planting our seeds and like making sure things are growing to fruition and manifesting. But 0 degrees Virgo is tapping into auspicious new beginnings. It is the cusp energy. It is rebirth energy. It is like full germination, cultivation, gestation. 0 degrees. 0 taps into the energy of the circle, eternal, infinity, no beginning, no end. So for that energy, tapping into the paradox in many ways, no beginning, no end, the circle, the 0, the no value, but yet infinite value. It's all of that. So Virgo new moon on the 23rd at 0 degrees, incredible, auspicious energy for planting new seeds for what it is that you want to experience and bring into your life. And it is more so in terms of when we say bring into our lives, what is for us is ours. It is what it is. It is really about bringing it forth, kind of uncovering, the revealing, right? It's not even the seeking and the finding, it's the returning and the remembering. That's what this moon is bringing us into. It is about grounding, feeling a sense of solidity and a new foundation, breaking new earth in that regard. So auspicious for a Virgo new moon at 0 degrees, y'all. So tap into that, bring it in. Even when we think about Virgo and being about our health and bringing about the energy of perfection, and we are born perfect, right? And then we come into this world and we're thrown around and tossed around and all of these things, and then we kind of move away from this energy of perfection. And it's not an energy in thinking about perfection of being a lack of flaw, right? We are flawed. We're humans. We're divine beings living a human experience, right? But when we think about our divine spark, when we think about being of source, that is an energy of perfection. We cannot lose that. So it's really, again, thinking about how we want to kind of bring things more inward so that we can remember, we can return to this divine energy, this divine spark that we cannot be separate from. We absolutely cannot be separate from. So this Virgo new moon is literally like a potential for grounding and rooting in your most abundant timeline. Define what that is for yourself, ultimately. So think about it, feel about it, plant about it, script about it, speak about it, be about it. Because Virgo is about the earth element. Virgo is about, again, grounding, about making things solid, about things being in form and experience. So how do you want to more than manifest in the hocus pocus and the delulu and the intangibles? It's about the tangible. What are you bringing in? So yeah, okay, August 23rd, okay? Tap in to this very, very vibrant energy. I think that's Saturday. Is it Saturday, the 23rd? I think it's Saturday. So Virgo new moon, 0 degrees. Listen, it's going to be everything. It's going to be everything. So going to tap in for the cards. Got a little ants on my tea here. Fennel tea, since I'm on the road, I brought it with me. Fennel tea, tapping into Virgo, which is why I had to go with fennel. Fennel is one of the herbs that aligns with Virgo. Rainbow fluorite, one of the crystals that aligns with Virgo. So I'm tapping it all in. I give thanks to you. I give thanks to Baba Ozain, the Orisha of everything that is green and grows. Asheo. I'm grateful, grateful, grateful. And it's so auspicious to be talking about this Virgo new moon while I'm here, while I'm grounding, literally sitting on the earth element. I am a Virgo stellium, so I've got like Virgo placements all over the place, from my moon to my Saturn to my North Node. So, and then I'm a Taurus sun, so very much grounded into the earth elements. So it's extra, extra special for me to be outside on the ground, tapping in with y'all, talking about this. I'm very, very auspicious Virgo new moon at 0 degrees. Y'all, pretty freaking awesome. Hello, Loida. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining the live. I am outside today. So I am going to, I'm trying to think of how I want to pick this card. Usually I have y'all give me the stop top, stop bottom, but I don't know who's here besides Loida, and I don't like to put people on the spot per se. But, and I always say, and if we get a single card that flies out, then that's the card. And I just thought 2 came out, but no. It's a single card, so we got the card. Number 42, the law of immortality. Time is only of the essence for your full expression. When we think about eternity, we were just talking about 0 degrees in the circle, no beginning, no end, taps into immortality, taps into eternity, taps into this energy of death and rebirth being this continual cycle, ultimately. So when we think about this energy of immortality, time is only of the essence for your full experience or full expression. Expression, definitely in alignment. But when we think about time, and I say timing is divine all the time, we all say timing is divine. Full expression is living your purpose and aligning with the fact that your purpose in life is to live your purpose. That's just what we're here to do, is literally to figure out what that is, to come into alignment with our true self, with our higher self, with Ori, and be like, what am I here to do? What am I here to not just do, but also what I'm here to leave? What am I here to kind of give back so that my legacy continues? That is how we come into the alignment of immortality. We are immortal only in the alignment of our souls, but the tangibles that our lives, ultimately, we are here for a limited time, but the things that we create are forever. So when I think about singing and recording, that recording is immortal, it's forever. When I think about my artwork, that piece of art is in many ways forever, even if it's just a picture of that piece. That picture can last forever, even if the piece itself gets burned or gets destroyed. You take a picture and you can capture that immortal essence, that immortal expression. Okay, I'm back. So tap into immortality, tapping into eternity. What is it that you wish to leave in regards to your legacy when you're using your full expression? Big plane passing by. Full expression is purpose. Full expression is making sure that you are not holding back in terms of who you are, how you express, what you express. Are you censoring yourself? Are you doing or not doing based on obligation, based on society, based on norms and conventions and fears and doubts and shame and guilt? And there's so many things that prevent us from exercising and expressing our full selves. And when we tap into expressing our full selves, that is also when we end up being so much more open and apt to creating. And then when you're open and apt to creating, you are leaving something behind. You are creating something that ultimately, when you create something, nobody else can do it. That is yours. It literally was not before you decided to do it. And that's incredible when we think about it. And I believe that everybody's an artist. A lot of people don't think that they're artists or they don't consider themselves artists. I truly believe that we're all artists. And even if we're in scientific realms, even when we think about what's happening with AI, there's a question to it in regards to what's natural versus what's not. But whatever was not there before and that now is something that was created. And that stems from imagination, and that stems from creativity, and that's just something new, ultimately. It's a new seed that was planted as we tap into this earth energy with the Virgo new moon, new seed planted that comes into fruition, and it is extremely, extremely powerful when we tap into our artistic energy and essence, ultimately. And this tapping into the expression of it, your full expression. So when you're going through life and you think, I have nothing to contribute, or I don't think that I'm doing anything that is particularly creative, kind of come out of the descriptions and definitions that oftentimes we put on ourselves or that society puts on us, and just be free. Just tap into your imagination and make sure that the imagination is not being misused. I read somewhere, I think I heard it, that fear is a misuse of our imagination. And I love that when we think about it. Like, that's really, really powerful, right? Last week I was talking a lot about the things that we're taught and told versus trusting our own truths. So my Momentum Monday quote yesterday was that I trust my truth more than what I've been taught and told. So when we think about, again, societal structures and norms and definitions and all of these things that we end up kind of making our own truth that is not truly ours, it's because it's external and it's actually what we were taught and what we were told. It's so important to tap into silence. It's so important to tap into the self and to go inward and to be able to acknowledge, is this what I was taught, told? Is it my truth? Is it something that ultimately I am trusting to the core of me? And sift through it and work through it so that you can really figure out and feel out, because the emotions always give us that very, very clear indicator of what actually feels right, what actually is our truth, you know what I mean? So tap into that, the law of immortality, very, very powerful stuff. I am also enjoying my nephew being here. He is visiting from London. So we're out and about all over the place. And, you know, oftentimes I'm very much a homebody. It's very much my Taurus Virgo alignments. But it's because the contrast of me, Sahara energy, and I'm gigging and all of these things, I'm out all the time for work, for gigs. So when I get to just be and chill and be in meditation and paint and ground and be in the garden, that's my jam. That's my jam. So it's been really cool having him here. He's around here somewhere because we're both waiting for Kai, and then we did a bunch of shopping and vibe yesterday and earlier, and we're gonna do a little bit more later on. But all of that to say, when you tap into coming out of, you know, your regular routine, that's where also creation comes, because you're exposed to certain things. And, you know, he has like such a jovial energy, and he's like so bright and high vibrational, and, you know, very much like I am. But I'm also very much like, I can stay home, I can hang, but because he's here, we're out, he's on vacation. It makes sense, you know what I mean? We gotta go out, and he's also doing his own thing. So he's enjoying himself, it's amazing. But for me, going out and kind of being, you know, pushed in some ways outside of, you know, my comfort zone feels good, because I'm like, I wouldn't have gone here, or I wouldn't have, you know, or we're eating out and we're doing stuff, and I'm like, it just brings in this energy of expression and creativity. And, you know, there's other things that, you know, we're talking about and processing and all of these things that, you know, keep between us, but that when you're in alignment with someone that you are so in alignment with, there is like kind of no, you know, barriers to the conversation, and, you know, we're not censoring and all of that stuff, and all of that helps you discover even more so who you are. And then again, it just brings up this energy. When we think about expression is creative. Expression is just truth. Expression is how you're saying something, what you're saying, your tone, your diction, the language you're speaking, because again, we're speaking Patois and then we're speaking English, and you know what I mean? And just our cultural alignment too brings this whole other energy and essence to the rerouting and the regrounding and just the creative energy and the expression energy. And it's just like it's a coming home. You know what I mean? That it's so beautiful when we come into connection and come into realignment with family, and it doesn't matter where you are, it feels like home because of just that sense of self, that sense of like, you get me, I get you, like I can just, make a face and you know what I'm saying, and we're cracking up, you know what I mean? So all of that is in alignment, and it just kind of brings in this energy of full expression, because full expression means, again, no censoring, no hindering, no holds bars. You just, you know what I'm saying? Like, just, you gonna say it, and not, again, not just what you're saying, but how you're saying it. You know what I mean? So it's just like so incredible to be in that reconnection with family, to be like, this is home, this is nature, this is nurture, this is like what just feels so full expression, and brings us back into the energy of immortality ultimately. And talking about family, my big sister's here, Tash Word Weaver. Hi, sister. Hi, sissy. I was just talking about Em and I's adventures and the energy of like when family comes together, it doesn't matter where we are, it just feels like home, especially when we're just like kikiing and kicking, and we speak in patois 1 second and we speak in English the next, and it's just this energy of like being rooted and grounded in our most abundant timeline, and bringing that energy in because of our very powerful Virgo new moon that is coming up at 0 degrees. So I know you know, but if you don't know, the 23rd, Virgo new moon at 0 degrees. And I know you know what I'm talking about when I say 0 degrees, like the epitome of new beginnings and immortality and eternity and full expression, and we get the law of immortality. So it's just like, it's like everything. Yes, he's here walking around somewhere. I'm outside today because Kai is in swimming, so she's across the street in the pool. I didn't want to cancel the live, so I said I'm gonna just get her in the pool. He had to get a shape up, so he got his shape up. He was done real quick. He's walking around the park, and I'm here doing the live. And we did some shopping earlier, and then we're gonna do a little bit more vibing later. Yes, it's a big deal, this Virgo new moon. So I was like, I can't cancel the live and not give people the heads up about this Virgo new moon at 0 degrees. Especially with me, with my Virgo stellium, I am feeling this thing. A lot of mercy. So I'm here, we vibing the law of immortality, the essence of your full expression. Time is only of the essence for your full expression. So ultimately, just as I was saying, timing is divine, but when you take time to express yourself fully and completely, and when you find what I refer to as true tribe, that you can and feel so good and so natural about expressing yourself in your full essence, no holds bars, like just kick. That is this energy of being at home, coming home, being in alignment, and it's just been so awesome having him here, because it literally is that, you know what I mean? Like, we're just same. It's just like home vibe, home vibe. It's been amazing, and a perfect way. And he's a Virgo too, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've got this Virgo stellium, he's a Virgo sun, so we're like tapping into like all of the little details of how like particular we are, and like even talk. Anyway, I'll fill you in offline, sister. But it's been so awesome, and like the rootedness, you know what it is, you know what I'm saying, just that rootedness. So it was divinely timed, absolutely divinely timed. So this is the vibe, y'all. Looking at this archway, whenever I see energies of archway, I see portals, I see gateways, walking through. Virgo energy is earth energy, it's grounding energy. It's about tapping in and rooting and grounding in our most abundant timeline, the more in store on the other side of that door. And it's really just a choice of walking through, because everything that we are. Everything that is meant for us cannot miss us unless we decide to quit, unless we decide to not walk through the door. Oftentimes we think that the door is locked. We see a knob, we see a little keyhole, and if it's closed, we assume that it's locked, and I don't have the key. So I guess I'm just gonna have to sit here and wait, or woe is me, I don't have the key. But oftentimes, if we just reach out and turn that knob, we will find that the door was always unlocked. Sometimes we're afraid to see what is on the other side of that door. And it is because of what is unfamiliar, the things that are new, the energies that are new, and more so, it's about what we're leaving behind. And these are the questions that we need to ask ourselves when we think about our full expression, when we think about the purpose in life is to live our purpose, the obligations, the responsibility in that. And ultimately, the only obligation and responsibilities that we have should be to ourselves, to our soul's mission, to that purpose. But there's a weight to it sometimes. There's a heaviness to it sometimes. But we have to think of this light work as light work. We've got to come into an energy and an alignment that this light work is light work. Light in the bright of it and light in the weight of it, the lack of weight of it, the feathering of it, the floating of it. Because once we decide that I am here and this is what I am here for, what we thought was heavy, we realize is actually light. And we are in this path and on this journey for light work for a reason. 222, balance and harmony surrounds me. Balance and harmony surrounds me. Balance and harmony surrounds me. Ashe. Fennel today, sister, and for those tapping in, Fennel today, tapping into Virgo alignment. Virgo in Fennel are one. Rainbow fluorite, tapping into Virgo vibes, and tapping into the law of immortality. Time is only of the essence for my full expression. Time is only of the essence for my full expression. Time is only of the essence for my full expression. Right now is all we ever have. Full expression is all it should ever be. Period. Every moment of every day is all we have. So be full in your expression every moment of every day. And if you are in dynamics where you do not feel full or that you can express yourself fully, that is the answer to go. That is the clarity that is needed. Because that means you are not able to live your purpose in that moment, in that dynamic. And that's where we think about wasted time, and time is divine and everything, nothing before its time and all of these things. But if you're in an environment, if you're in an energy, if you are in a dynamic, if you're in a relationship, situationship, whatever it is, and you are realizing that in that moment you are not being your full self, that is a moment where you're wasting in some ways. That is a moment where you are putting yourself in a position and giving someone access to you where you are choosing to be diminished. And you're choosing to be diminished because you're either making that person comfortable, you're choosing to be uncomfortable, right? There's two different things, right? We can make choices where we make sure other people are comfortable, and then we put ourselves in positions where we are just uncomfortable, right? And in a moment, because again, moments are all we have, my goodness, moment, literally, like right now, it's like right now. It's like right now, like even the right now I said right before, like this right now, it's already gone. Like literally right now is all we have. So in all of those right nows, the people that are around you, the environments that you're in, are you being your full self? Are you being fully authentic? Are you being in this energy of like, see me here, this is me, take it or leave it, and being okay, like so okay if their answer is, I'm gonna leave it. And more so, making sure that you can answer the question for yourself and be like, you know what? You don't even got to go. I'll do it for you. I'll do it for me. That's what's up. So the moments, and the emotions, the energy in motion in every moment, because our emotions always tell us what to do. We just don't always listen. And I've been saying lately, obedience is an offering. We're at our altars and we're doing offerings and we're all of these alignments. But when we get the download, when we get the answer, when we get that higher self, Ori is telling us, or our gut is telling us, or our emotions are telling us something, and we don't listen, it's a lack of obedience. And it's not about obedience in terms of something external. We know what it is. And when we get that alignment, when we get that truth, and we choose to be obedient, that in itself is an offering. It's an offering to God, to higher self, to Ori, to ourselves, to our souls, to our purpose, to our soul's mission. So be obedient. The answer is always there. And I always say we always know what to do. We just don't always listen. Ashe? Somebody give me the time. Somebody give me the time, and I will read our angel number message. And then I'm going to wrap it up. Hello, Salamat. Thank you for joining. Hi, Sister Tony Taylor. Mwah. Definitely tune into the replay. I appreciate you. I'm outside today. Grounding vibes while I wait for Kai. She is swimming. I'm here. My nephew is in town from London. So we've been vibing it up all over, mostly Brooklyn. But we were actually in Manhattan earlier today. And yeah, it's been amazing. Just reconnecting with him and having a ball. Having a total ball. 227. Thank you, sister. My sister's here too. Tash Woodweaver. So interesting. As you're talking about earlier, I said I saw, I think it was something I saw. I don't know if I heard it or if I saw it. But what it said or what it heard was fear is a misuse of our imagination. And I love that. And then we get 227, befriend fear. And every time it's 227 and we get the befriend fear, I give my little spin on it because I do not subscribe to fear, but one thing at a time. 227, befriend fear. You are stronger than your fears. Fear is not an indication of success or failure. It just exists within us. As you manifest your goals and dreams, take into consideration what fears creep in and limits you. It's not going anywhere, so it's time to make friends with your fear. Write a letter to your fear, befriend it, and reassure it that you are okay. Take it or leave it. My little twist, my little spin. Like I said, I don't really subscribe to fear anymore. Fear, they say it's, what is it? Fear is false evidence appearing real, right? It's a choice to subscribe to fear, to befriend the fear. I believe in it in the alignment of feel it to heal it. So if you feel fear, absolutely. But on the flip side of it, I will always recommend, especially when this comes up, to eliminate the fear. Again, that energy of fear being a misuse of your imagination. Our imagination, at the top of this, I was talking about creativity, and that at the end of the day, we literally get to choose everything that we create. The thoughts, the feelings, the words, the deeds, the songs, the paintings, all of it. We get to choose what we are doing with this creative energy, with this imagination. So yes, if we choose to use our imagination for low vibrational stuff, we are creating from that place. And that comes into form and experience the same way that the high vibrational stuff does. So be mindful and be very, very selective in regards to the emotions that we choose to subscribe to. Fear is just not one of them for me. Gratefully, anymore. I can't say that always was the case, but anymore, I just don't. Fear, again, false evidence appearing real, misuse of our imagination. That's real shit. That's real shit. And it's powerful. And it's powerful because then when you look at it logically in that sense of the fact that, yeah, imagination, that means anything. We get to create anything based on what it is that we are thinking and feeling. So why would I do that? Why is that what I'm bringing into my life? Like what? Wait, what? You mean I have that kind of power? And then many times we see that the negative things manifest so much quicker because we're practicing it more. It's about practice makes proficient. So practice the high vibrational stuff. So that's the thing that ends up coming more into form and experience. And then that pushes out the negative vibrational stuff, the guilt and the fear and the traumas and the dramas. And that just doesn't become a part of your vocabulary and your essence and your energy and your form and your experience anymore. So that's it. Come and see everybody, MZ. He's here now. And Auntie Tasha's on the live. Yeah. Hey, we're back. There's MZ. There's our nephew from London. It's my twin nephew. Don't we look alike?
Very much.
Because I look like my daddy, who's his grandpa, and he looks like his grandpa, who's my daddy. So we're gonna go and get Kai soon. We're gonna run a couple errands. Hearts, hearts, hearts from Auntie Tasha.
Tasha.
Love you, sister.
Be safe. Have a good day.
Love you all. My sister Tony Taylor's there too. Love you, sister. And everyone for joining the live. Appreciate you. Grateful, grateful. Virgo, new moon at 0 degrees. Y'all, manifest everything that you want. It's already yours, okay? It's already yours. I love you. I appreciate you. And I will see you. Auntie Tasha said we're both gorgeous, just like you. Thank you, Auntie. Thank you, sister. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I love you all. Thank you for joining as always. And in the meantime, in between time, lest we forget, time to get back to natural. Peace.